Greetings from Southern Yankee Homestead. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. This morning, Hun and I went out kind of shopping. We picked up another chicken, free rooster, Silky. Also picked up something that we need the tractor to unload. And then on top of that, we got some egg cartons. And Hun isn't here right now because she's going out to pick up another chicken. More appropriately, 6 more chickens. 3 hens, 3 roosters. There's a method to our madness, trust me. Or there's a method to her madness, I'm not sure which. But anyhow, I gotta get the tractor going, and I gotta trade out the bucket for pallet forks. So stick around and see what else we got. P.S. Tried a different casing for the GoPro today to see how that handles. It's an all aluminum case and should be a little bit more rugged, so we'll see how that goes. We're using the Hero 7 for this one, so stick around. Alright. Yep, we're recording. So, this is not necessarily the final place for these, but this is where they're going to be for the meantime. I do want to put something under them to keep them from rotting at some point. Although, this one here, that's a big boy. That is heavy. The tractor could take the weight off, but it couldn't quite lift it. I ended up having to use the tilt function, as you can see. And someone else is interested in it right now too. But these are here for now. We have more plans for more toys for the goats in the future. And because we're talking about the goats, let's chase them into the woods. Let's see how they're doing. See a goat butt there? I see a couple goat butts. I see 4 goat butts. One right there and 3 right there. I know we don't get a whole lot of video of the goats. They're kind of self-sustaining right now. Whoa, run, Forrest, run! but they're in here. I've got some video when we first moved them in, so you can see how they're clearing out the woods, or how they're moving through the woods. Uh-oh. There's someone else investigating, sneaking up behind us. All right. Yeah. So had to come over here anyways. Had the oh, good, all kinds of goat prints. Means they're coming out here. Here, originally, this was a salvage from a job I did. This is a pecan tree. You can see right here. When I got it originally, it was about about that tall. Basically, where it's forked out is where it's grown. I got to trim it a little bit, but we put this chintzy wire around it just to keep the goats out of it and keep the chickens from scratching it up. Once it gets bigger, we don't have to worry about it much, but right now, ooh, they would love that. They would so love that. So it's been about a week since we got these spools in. We covered up the holes in the base or in the top. Covered up the holes in the top. We also took the metal off the center spool on this one and covered up those holes. This next part is not my idea. I got this from our veterinarian. One of her clients, she does this to help trim the goat's hooves. So I went on Marketplace and found a couple free bundles of shingles. They don't match anything, but I don't care if they match anything. All we're going to do is nail them down, and the theory is when the goats jump up here, it's going to sand their hoofs, so we don't have to maintain the hoofs as much. And I think it's going to help preserve the top a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started. This process actually does make a lot of sense. Growing up, some of the houses in Maine, when you go and visit, they'd actually have shingles on their steps for traction, so that in the winter you didn't slip as much. Did forget about one thing with those wire spools. In our area, in southeastern Virginia, those wire spools are typically anywhere between $75 and $125 each when we can find them. We can't find them for free. I know some people can get them for free. In our area, no such luck. Well, those two spools right there cost us $10. That was a deal we couldn't pass up. We've been looking for them for platforms for the goats for a while now, but we just weren't going to shell out, you know, half as much of a goat as for wire spool for them to play on. We also have some tires that we're going to use, and we'll put some boards between all of them at some point, but right now we're just collecting stuff so the goats have a thing to play on now if they can get on it. It's still pretty tall. We might have to do something different, but for now Turbo chicken. You getting picked on? Yeah, that's definitely a rooster. That's definitely a hen. Yeah, ran the crap right out of you. Sorry, got distracted. Roosters being roosters. That is Cacciatore's offspring, both of those, so both of them are probably going to end up in the crock pot sooner than later. Anyhow, like I was saying, those spools, we lucked across them. We got them for $10 for the pair, so that was a deal we couldn't pass up. We don't expect to find them for free, and usually when we see them at that price, they're not even good for firewood anymore. They're so beat up, rotted, and dilapidated. But we got them offloaded, so on to the next project.